And several locations in Aransas Pass are teaming up and accepting donations that will go to Louisiana. Category 4 Hurricane Laura made landfall near Lake Charles, Louisiana, bringing destruction and leaving a mess for a community to clean up. This is why the Aransas Pass Chamber of Commerce and City of Aransas Pass are sending a disaster relief package to Louisiana. Roughly 7 locations around the city are accepting drop-off donations. Alex Hinojosa with the Chamber of Commerce says helping our neighbors during a catastrophe is simply the right thing to do. Just 3 years ago, he was in a similar situation, and getting immense support meant the world.
It was an amazing sight to see, car after car wrapped around the block of people who just wanted to give you something. They weren't taking, they weren't selling, they were just giving. And I hope whatever we can create and provide to Louisiana, it's the very tip of the iceberg, because it's something we want to do, and it's something I know they can greatly use right now.
The deadline to donate is September 3rd. For more information, head over to our website, KIIITV.com.